So I've already applied BB cream, and as usual I'm just going to press my hands all over my face to help it blend into my skin a bit better. This time I'm actually going to start with the lips first, so we're going to be using two different colours, one on the upper lip and one on the lower lip. On the upper lip I'm going to be using this lipstick, and you want to slightly over exaggerate the lips a little bit more to make them look a bit more plump. You don't have to use what I'm using, just try and use a lipstick which has got a slightly orangey tone on the upper lip, and then on the lower lip use something which is more pinkish. On the lower lip I'm going to be using a matte lip gloss. Again, I'm also going to go a little bit over the edges, especially on the centre of the lip, to make them look a little bit more plump than they actually are. Make sure to bring that colour all the way into the outer corners. Then with a white eyeliner, I'm just going to line them a little bit on the upper lid, really exaggerating the cupid's bow. Blend out the corners, and then I'm going to do exactly the same on the lower lip, but then also draw a little drip as well. For most of the face I'm going to be using the Candy palette from Sleek. So the first thing we're going to be using is the dark purple shade, and I've already applied an eye primer, and we're going to start this right underneath the eyebrows, using it to contour the nose before using yellow and covering the entire upper lid. And I'm going to be using my fingers for this because I really want to pack the colour on. And blend the two colours together. And then with a slightly turquoise bluey shade from the same palette, I'm going to be applying this just in the centre of the lid. On the brow bone I'm going to be using a pinkish shade, but because I'm applying it over the yellow it's going to look slightly orange, but that's okay. Now for the brows we're going to be doing something slightly different. I'm actually going to be using a lip balm, and we're going to be pushing down the eyebrows with that. This is going to really help that glitter, which I'll be applying later, to really stick on. I'm going to be using the Glam Crystals liner. I'm going to fill in the entire eyebrow. And the easiest way to stick the glitter on without getting it all over your face is actually to look down into a mirror and then press it against your eyebrows, and in this way you're a lot less likely to get fallout. Just underneath the brow I'm going to be using a bright orange eyeliner, and I'm going to create a really solid line before blending that out with a brush. Because I wanted to use the Candy palette for pretty much everything on my face, I'm going to be using these two pinks. And I'm going to really over exaggerate the blush and pretty much have it as a circle right on the apples of my cheeks. With the purple from the same palette I'm just going to contour, and then right underneath the contour line we're going to be using a blue from exactly the same palette, and I'm just going to use this to line underneath and connect it all the way down to my chin. Going back to the white eyeliner, we're just going to line the jawline and then bring it so that it's in between the two colours, the purple and the blue. And then after, blend out the edges with your fingers, or a brush if that's what you prefer. Going back to the yellow that we used all over the upper lid, I'm going to be putting that just a little bit on the end of my chin, also on the end of my nose, before taking the white pearly shade from the same palette and just applying it to the end of my nose. Bring that yellow just a little bit further up the nose bridge as well. Making sure to blend it out, we don't want this to be a harsh line. And with the white eyeliner I'm going to be creating some freckles just on the very end of my nose, and we're going to be using this as a base for some brighter colours. And the reason we're using this for the base is that it means that the colour will be a lot more intense than if we just used it by itself. So on the end of the nose I'm just going to be using the orange, and then we're going to be doing exactly the same to the cheeks. So cover the cheeks, or more specifically we're going to be covering the pink circle with larger dots, and then covering it with a selection of those colours. So a little bit of pink, some yellow, some orange, even some green if that's what you want. And then with white eyeliner we're just going to finish off using that by creating just plain white freckles all along the cheekbones. And the last thing we're going to do with the eyeliner is just line right on the inner corner of the eye, bring it all the way, winging it out, and try and aim for just the very end of your eyebrows. Line the waterline, and then try and fill in the lower lashes as much as you can with the white eyeliner. With a small angled brush I'm going to be using the purple from the palette, and I'm going to line underneath it before blending it out. the upper lid I'm going to be using the black and just bringing it out all the way in the inner corner and the outer corner. We're using some white mascara, and this will just help it blend in with the crazy false lashes we have going on. One of the more tricky parts of this look is the tooth enamel. The first thing you're going to have to do is dry your teeth, and you're going to have to keep your mouth open the whole time you're doing this. Apply the brown tooth enamel, then the black, and then the green, and this is probably going to take you about 5-6 minutes, so your mouth is going to get pretty dry. But once it's dry, you can finish off with some rhinestones and a crazy pink wig, and I'm going to be pulling it out a little bit because I don't want it to look too clownish. And that's it really, you're done.